Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. I hope you guys are excited. Let's hop right into the video. First thing I'm going to do is reset the 30-minute timer. Start up the timer, make sure that I'm already recording, and hop right into the video. You are a shapeshifter. You can transform into anything you can imagine, except for divine beings. You are inside the Temple of the Godblade. The Godblade is a magic weapon that unleashes the divine nature of those who wield it. You want to acquire the Godblade so that you can overcome the only limitation of your shapeshifting ability and finally be able to turn into literally anything, including gods. The God of Death and Destruction is determined to protect the Godblade and prevent you from getting your hands on it. The God of Death and Destruction is standing in your path between you and the Godblade. Then next, the rest is filled in by the AI. As you are trying to decide whether or not to attack the God of Death and Destruction, he makes the decision for you by attacking you with a bolt of lightning. You take the hit from his lightning bolt and fall backwards in pain, but you manage to get up again. You are now aware that the God of Death and Destruction, the Godad, oh goodness, God of Death and Destruction, is capable of shooting lightning. You shapeshift into a rubber form that doesn't conduct electricity, and shift the shape of your hands into massive mallets. You race at Godad and attempt to bash his head in. Or I guess to bash their head in. Oh, I guess it is just straight up a he, so I probably could have said his head in. Whatever. You managed to bash Godad's head in with your electrically immunizing rubber mallet hands before he even realizes what you're doing. Godad is not dead, but he is certainly no longer capable of fighting you. Wow, really? I just kind of blitzed him. He's a weak God of Death and Destruction. Also, electrically immunizing rubber mallet hands. They're electrically immune. Okay, cool. So I'm going to say to Godad, or I guess I'm going to ask Godad, aren't you a god? I'm surprised you went down in one hit. Yeah, like that actually seems really pathetic, actually. I didn't even do anything too impressive. I'm actually made of rubber, too. You just got hit in the head with like a rubber mallet. Ooh. Godad admits defeat and tells you that you can take the Godblade. Godad explains how to get out of the temple and where to go from there. After acquiring the Godblade, you learn what you need to from Godad, and you leave the temple. Okay. Really easy. Really, like, too easy. So now I have the Godblade, I guess, and I can literally shapeshift into whatever I want, which is kind of what I wanted to do. But now the game immediately puts me in a now what situation, because the video literally just started. Okay? I guess I'm going to go back into the temple and ask Godad, so what are you going to do now that you are no longer the guardian of the Godblade? Because my boy gave me instructions to leave. He was really nice. He got hit in the head with a mallet and he was like, yeah, that's about it. That's all I needed. Get hit in the head. And I'm pretty much going to give up. Godad explains that they are going to take a long rest and get back in touch with their feelings. Godad says they will even take the opportunity to reconnect with the human experience by assuming a human form and going out to live among them. Oh, okay. That's pretty poppin', I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, sure. I guess I'm going to wish Godad the best and ask Godad to visit me sometime in the future so that we can talk. Because I have more questions, I guess, but if Godad's gonna like take a rest, I'm not gonna like interrupt Godad's rest. Godad thanks you and says that they might just do that someday. You walk out of the temple and begin your quest to save your princess. Oh, okay. I didn't. We got a new quest then. So I guess I'm going to shapeshift into a dragon and fly to the location of the endangered princess. You quickly acquire the princess and bring her back to the kingdom. You are seen as a hero for your accomplishment. The princess asks you to marry her, and you immediately accept. You and the princess spend the rest of your lives together. Okay. Game is like, you are the man. You are feeling like the man. Hashtag feeling like the man. And you are in just no conflicts whatsoever. Okay. So that makes me a prince now. What's a goal? What's something to want to do in this situation? And also, who cares if you're a prince? I can literally just be like a god if I want to, since I have the god blade. You'd think that would have been the goal. Like, once you get the god blade, be able to turn into a god. But the way the prompt is described, it's like, well, you just didn't want to be limited by what you could shapeshift into. So now I can shapeshift into anything, including divine things. I guess I really just wanted to save the princess, but the princess is saved. Yeah. It's interesting to be in a position like this where you're like, I just honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I guess I'm going to ask my wife, what are my duties now that I am the prince? Your wife explains that as the prince, you are expected to help run the kingdom. She mentions that a lot of meetings are going to be held in your fancy new throne room. Your wife also explains that there is some sort of ongoing problem with goblins within the kingdom's borders. Okay. I'm going to ask my wife if you should go slay all the goblins. Yeah, because I could probably just go slay all the goblins. Your wife says that might not be such a good idea. She mentions that the kingdom has dealt with goblin problems in the past, but it's possible that the goblins just keep on coming back, no matter how many you kill. I'm gonna ask my wife, where do the goblins come from? Yeah. Like, what if we just destroyed the source of the goblins? Your wife mentions that they come from a cave system far to the north. She says that the caves also contain huge spiders that are even more dangerous than the goblins. Okay. So I'm going to ask my wife if I should destroy the caves Yeah, destroy the cave system that's far to the north. Because I could just do that. I'm a shapeshifter, and I can become like a god. I could probably become like the god of goblins and spiders, and then they probably wouldn't even be an issue. Like, I may not even destroy the caves. Your wife says she thinks it's a good idea for you to go do that, and she will send additional soldiers to help. She mentions that several other kingdoms have lost battles against these cave-dwelling monsters, so you will be helping in the war effort. Okay, cool. I guess I'm going to shapeshift into a massive dragon and fly to the northern cave systems. I then am going to attempt to shoot tons upon tons of fire directly into the cave systems in the hopes of killing all the giant spiders and goblins that nest within. Yeah, like just burn them all out. I think that just makes sense, right? Do 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 do. You burn the cave system to the ground, and thousands of goblins and giant spiders perish. You hunt around for any survivors, but you don't find any. The area is declared safe by the kingdom, and the surrounding kingdoms no longer worry about it. Okay. I'm going to return to my wife and let her know that the goblins and giant spiders have all been eradicated. Oh, I didn't spell that right. I did not spell that right. I don't know how to spell it correctly though. Your wife thanks you for your assistance, and the pair of you retire to your bedroom. You make sweet love to the princess and fall asleep in each other's arms. Okay. How much time do I have left? We're not even halfway through the time. Okay. Um, you you talk to your wife the next day and ask her what your duties for today are. Your wife mentions that there are some meetings she would like you to accompany her to. She says these meetings can be quite time-consuming and boring. She says she would like it if you could come with her so that she can keep you entertained while she conducts the kingdom's business. Okay, sure. Sounds boring. You accompany your wife to her meetings. You wonder if you'll enjoy the meetings. Your wife says that they are boring. But maybe they'll be more fun since you two will be attending them together. You and your wife walk into the throne room and take your thrones. Several subjects come before you to ask for justice, each one presenting their case to you and your wife. You listen carefully to their cases and make fair judgments. Okay? Cool. I mean, that sounds good to me. I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's see. I guess I'm going to ask my wife if she had a fun time at the meeting. To be honest, that doesn't sound boring. It sounds like you're having to do really important stuff. And it seems like they're asking for like justice. We're acting almost like judges. Your wife says that she did enjoy the meetings more with you there. She says she thinks they will be even more fun now that you can keep her company and help her make decisions. Okay. That sounds cool. I'm glad I was able to help. Um, let's see. You want to learn more about the princess. You're excited that you two are married, but you really don't know anything about her. You ask her to tell you more about herself so that you can get to know her. The princess says that she enjoys long walks in the garden, dancing, and reading. She says that she wishes there was more time in the day for those things. She then says that she wishes you could go on a date with her. Okay. I like that JudgeBot said, I think the princess is pretty. You gain 10 points. The judge bots and stuff like that in AI Dungeon 2 do act as like an audience in a way, which is kind of interesting. And I like that you can like hear their commentary, though sometimes their comments don't make any sense and can seem somewhat unrelated to the story. Let's see. So I'm going to ask your wife if she would like an hourglass that allows her to manipulate the flow of time. You imagine that she would love such a gift because then she would have all the time in the world to do the things that she likes to do. She thanks you for the gift and says it's just what she always wanted. She uses it right away to have more time to dance. The princess dances for you, and you join in the dance. You really enjoy your time with the princess. Oh, interesting. So I was going to do a whole thing where I like shapeshift into the god of time and then spawn an hourglass that manipulates the flow of time. The game was like, you asked her if she wanted one, and then you immediately gave it to. You just had it, I guess. Dun dun dun. So okay, so cool. I guess that's the thing, and now I guess we're doing the date part that she wanted. Awesome. Um, I'm trying to find conflict. I'm trying to find like a thing that I can do where I won't just like insta win or whatever, or just another thing to do in the first place. Let's see. You ask your wife why she likes you and why she wanted to marry you. I feel like that's interesting to know, especially considering that my character's like, yeah, I don't really know you for real. Your wife says she doesn't know why she likes you, but she knows why she wanted to marry you. She says after the first time you had a conversation, she knew she had to marry you. She thought you were handsome and funny. Okay, very, very basic stuff, I guess. I feel like a lot of people can be handsome and funny. And she's like, I don't know why I like you. She's like, but I know I want to marry you. That's really fascinating, I guess. I wonder if there are people who are like that, who are like, yeah, I don't know why I like them, but definitely like the wifey or the husbando or whatever. Okay? Hmm. You thank your wife for her compliments. Let's see. Hmm. You think that life seems to be a little boring. You like spending time with the princess, but you feel like you want more adventure, excitement, and action in your life. Hmm. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bow 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 bow. You want to go fight in the ogre war because you need something to do. The princess is very against the idea and says you'll die if you go. Okay, this is some conflict. I'm going to assure my wife that I can shapeshift into literally anything, including a god, and that you'll be fine in the ogre war. You tell the princess the story about the time you defeated the god of death and destruction and rescued her all in the same day. Do 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 do. The princess says she doesn't believe you can do it, and that she'll accompany you to the battlefield if you insist on going. The princess is a good fighter, but you really want to go alone. Let's see. You think about the princess's request. You want to make sure. Ooh, crap. I keep getting tangled in my headphones. You want to make sure that she'll be okay on the battlefield. You offer to shapeshift into a suit of power armor that the princess can wear during the ogre war. That way, you two can literally fight as one against the ogres. Okay, I think that actually is like a pretty cool idea. Do 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 do. The princess thinks about it and says that she's happy with your decision. She says that she'll meet you on the battlefield in a few days. You decide that you should go alone, because if she comes with you, then you won't have anyone to protect her on the battlefield. What? So I'm going to get rid of that last line. I'm glad that the princess and I came to a decision. So I'm going to meet with the princess on the battlefield a few days later and transform into a suit of power armor for her to wear. Do 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 do. You can feel her climb inside the suit as if you were putting it on yourself. The princess tells you that she is ready to fight and that she'll see you on the battlefield. The princess charges into battle, and you go in after her. I'm like on her body. I don't see, like, it's weird the way they're describing it. She tells you that she's ready to fight. The princess charges into battle. Wearing you. Charge into battle with you wrapped around her body. as a suit of power armor. You inform the princess that your power armor form is a divine transformation, and that while she wears your power armor, your power armor form, that she possesses divine abilities. You tell her to channel her divine energy into her weapon. The princess channels her divine energy into her weapon, and a blade of dark divine energy forms on the end of her spear. She charges into battle with divine dark energy-based attacks against the ogres. Ooh, ballin'. Okay, I'm going to cheer on my wife as she uses her dark divine spear to smite the ogres. You're surprised that the princess is channeling dark divine energy specifically. You wonder if that means that the princess's divine nature is that of a dark god. That actually is kind of odd. You have the time of your life fighting side by side against the ogres. Eventually, though, the ogres are defeated, but at a great cost. The princess is dead, and you were too close to an exploding ogre when it happened, leaving you horribly disfigured and crippled. Excuse me. Goodness. Okay, how much time do I have? 3 minutes? I think I can fix that. Okay, so I'm going to use my shapeshifting ability to shapeshift back into a fully healed state. You then check the princess's corpse to see if she still has the time manipulating hourglass. If she does, then you think you could use it to turn back time on her body and restore her back to life. You find the hourglass around her neck. You turn back time, and you see the princess's body rezzing before your eyes. The princess is alive and well again. You are so happy that you can't help but hug her. She pushes you away and blushes. Hey, let's see. I congratulate the princess on her achievement and inform her that the ogre war is over. You The princess thanks you for saving her life and informing her of the war's end. She says she has to go have a meeting with her father, the king, about implementing reforms in the kingdom. The princess then says, "It's time for you to leave." She doesn't elaborate any further. Interesting. I'm going to return to the kingdom and take a nice bath before hopping in bed and waiting for the princess to return. You are asleep for a few hours before you feel the bed shake a little. You open your eyes and see the princess in front of you. You also smell a strange smell coming from below. The princess is pulling down her pants, And reveals that she has pooped in her underwear. Game? I had no idea where that was going. Oh gosh. And that's how it ends too. Yeah, thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, feel free to support us on Cash App, link in the description box below. If you have any ideas for videos, definitely feel free to hit me up on Discord. If I like your video idea, then I'll charge you $7 per hour length of the video. So if you guys have like an idea for an AI Dungeon 2 video and I'm down to do it, then we'll discuss how long you want the video to be. $7 for 1 hour, $14 for 2 hours, $21 for 3 hours, etc., etc. Anyways, thank you all once again for tuning in. If you guys like AI Dungeon 2 videos, make sure you subscribe because we do an AI Dungeon 2 video on the channel every day. The show is your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chick it a bow.